Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brittany, and I am the Senior Education and Community Manager here at Evernote. And I am so excited today to be joined by Dave Rebro, one of our very own Evernote certified experts. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Brittany. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me along here today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to hear about what you're going to teach me today.
I'm excited to have a learning session with you.
I love learning from the experts. You guys know that you have all the little hacks. Like, I know a lot about Evernote, but like bringing it all together from the outside in it's so cool to see all of the ways in which the experts, in particular, have figured out ways to use Evernote in such a productive way. So what are you going to teach me today?
Well, we kind of have a theme here of capture. So we're going to take one of the ways we can capture in Evernote. We're going to capture YouTube videos and actually put them into a note and play them in a note.
I'm so excited. I love YouTube.
Yes. This is one of my favorite features, Brittany. I tell you, I use it all the time. So it's a fun one.
I'm excited to learn. Let's do it.
Absolutely. All right. So what we want to do is we're going to go into your web browser, and I'm going to coach you through this, almost like we're doing a client coaching session here. So let's have some fun.
Okay.
So you have a video there. Let's go up to your address bar at the top and copy that URL.
Okay. Copied.
You got it. All right. Let's go back to Evernote.
All right.
And let's go ahead and open up a new note, if you could.
Okay.
Now, in the new note, so in the body of the note, go ahead and just paste.
All right.
Now, at this point, we have just a regular link here that we pasted in. It's just text right now. But behind the scenes, Evernote has something called a smart editor. And it's actually looking at this link right now and saying, hey, that's a YouTube link. I can take action on that. So it's behind the scenes waiting to take action on it. And it'll take action as soon as you hit return or enter on your keyboard. So go ahead and do that.
Okay.
There you go. And voila, look at it. It took that link, converted that into an actual video that's in your note, which is super cool. Yeah. And you can actually play this note or play this video right in that note. So go ahead and hit play.
A lot of you have asked about, and it happens to be a topic I'm incredibly passionate about.
This is cool.
Yeah.
So it's just playing inside the note.
It's playing right inside the note. So it's a lot of people are like, well, how does it get in the note? Well, it's not really the file, the YouTube video file is not attached to the note. We're actually almost like streaming into the note, kind of like you would stream from a web page to YouTube. Okay. Very similar to what we're doing here. Now, if you notice, look at the bottom. You'll see all the usual tools that are in there. We have the play and pause. We have volume. Yep. We've got the closed caption.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
you
nice.
have your player settings that's in there. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. And another cool thing too is you are getting the highest resolution. It's not like it's degrading the video quality. It's actually playing at 1080, or if it has a higher resolution, it's playing right within your note at the highest quality, which is really cool.
Wow. Okay.
And then finally on the end is the full screen tool. Now, I want to point out that tool actually doesn't work within your note, but Evernote has given us some other tools and other options to be able to go ahead and change or resize that video. So we can take a look at that in a minute.
Okay.
But what I want you to do, this is cool. I want you to go ahead and just right click right in the middle of that video. Here's a little hack. Look what comes up. We have additional options, which actually comes from YouTube, that allows us to do a couple of things in there. We could loop the video and just have it play over and over again. We could copy the URL, but I like this one, the third one, and I use this every so often. You can copy the video URL at the point of the current time when you're watching it. So let's say there's like a little something in the video that, hey, I want to jump to the middle of it because I really like this part of it. I don't want to watch all the other or search for it. You go to that point, you choose copy, and then you paste that same URL into your note, and it will start the video right at that point. It is so cool. Now, if you hit play, it'll jump. There it is. It jumped to that point where you copied it from. So that's a nice hack I use all the time. It's one of my favorite little tricks that I use when I'm viewing videos right within my note.
That is so cool. I had no idea you could do that.
So that's right click right on the video. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some other options in there as well that we won't cover today, but I wanted to show you that. Now, one thing, Brittany, people always ask me, well, if I got the video in here, what's the size? Is it going to really bog down my notes? Well, actually, this is a really small, lightweight video preview that we're seeing. And what I want you to do is I want you to go up to your More Actions menu. There you go.
Okay.
And go down to Note Info. Now, take a look down below where it says size. Look at that. 411 bytes. I mean, that's very, very small.
That's nothing compared to like the quality of the video that's streaming into the note.
Absolutely. So imagine that you have that. What if you put 2 videos, 3 videos, 4 videos? It's so small, you could do that. You could put in multiple videos. In fact, I got to tell you this. The other day, just being a geek, I went in and I copied and I put in 100 YouTube videos in a note just to see what would happen. Just to see what would happen. Would it even load them? What would happen? Well, it did load all of them.
Okay.
And when I went up to More Actions and I took a look to see what the size was actually 37 kilobytes, which, as we all know, that's very, very small, right?
It's still nothing.
It's nothing, 37 kilobytes. And just think about it. Our max for a note, if you have a paid version or user level of Evernote, is 200 megabytes, right? And there's 1,024 kilobytes in a megabyte. So we could just put, hundreds of videos if we wanted to into a note. So that is super cool.
Just turn your Evernote note into YouTube basically at that point and still not meet the monthly quota.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So we have this video here, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to take your mouse and just click on the title bar. Just click once up there and watch what happens. See that at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an options tab. And if you hover your mouse over, you'll see open for that arrow. And if you were to go ahead and click this, it would take it would open up the video in your web browser. Yep, right in YouTube, and you could play it in your web browser.
Okay.
All right, so you do have that option. So if we sneak back to our note, and you see the 3 dots, that's even more options that we get. Oh. And we'll see at the top, there's open. And you'll see, we'll see right now we have small preview. That's what we're viewing right now, that video as. And remember before I said we have options to resize. This is where you resize your video. So go ahead and choose large preview. Yeah, so that expands out. Yeah, perfect. And if you want to go even bigger, you can go full width. The nice thing about that is that adjusts automatically to the width of the note. So if you're resizing your note, that video will resize automatically with it. See a downsize when you did that?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have the capabilities of resizing from within here.
I love that.
Now that same menu, if you look, there's a couple other options. I'll quickly go over and show you. There is title only. So if you select that, that just puts the header bar in there. So it collapses the video. And I would imagine you would probably use this if you wanted to save space. So if you had multiple videos and you didn't want all of those videos open, like in mine where I did 100 videos. If you collapse them, it makes it a little bit more space friendly.
Okay.
And if you click on that one more time, and you go back to the menu and you come down to the last option, which is convert link. Go ahead and select that.
Now it's back.
So that gives us a link, right?
Okay.
So that's a typical link. And if you were to click on it, and don't do it right now, we'll just hang on it. But if you were to click on it, it would take you back to Evernote and play it there. But notice when you hover over it, it brings up some more options. Now, this link is something called a rich link, meaning that it has more options. Anytime you hear like rich link or rich object, that means that there's more options attached to that object. So edit, go ahead and click edit. And inside of edit, we could change the link if we, for some reason, wanted to change that. Or we could give that link a name. So why don't you go ahead and change the name of this link and call it whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and apply that? And we automatically rename that link. So now it makes a little bit more sense, right? So if you were using that, you'd be like, oh, that's the houseplant video.
Got it.
It's not that long, URL for a YouTube video.
Nice.
And of course, that's still a rich link. And we have that more options button on the right. Yeah, so we could open that up in our web browser. We could edit it again. If we wanted to, we could unlink it, meaning that the link is stripped away and it's just going to be raw text.
Okay.
Or we could convert it back to a preview. And there we go. So we can bounce back and forth, which is really cool.
I've just been doing this all wrong. I like, if I get to a point where I like remove the preview on accident, I'll just like delete it and repaste the link. I did not know you could just convert it back to the preview.
Yes. Yes.
That's so smart. And we even renamed it.
We even renamed it. You bet.
And it still knew it was a YouTube video. That's
knew.
So cool.
Yeah. So that's the smart capabilities in that editor. They call it the smart editor. And I love that. It just recognizes that and then comes to our assistance as we're working in it.
That's amazing. First of all, I'm obsessed with this. I can now see why this is like one of your top things to do in Evernote. Now I do have a question here. I did notice when I played this video, it just sort of played right away. Mm-hmm. But when I opened it in YouTube, I'm served ads.
Yeah.
So does that mean that this skips those like video ads?
That's a great question. From my experience, now I've put in a lot of videos, YouTube videos into notes. My experience is those annoying interrupting ads that start at the beginning or right in the middle, they pop up. Those are stripped out. Yeah, those are stripped out. So based on my experience, that's what I've seen. Now you'll see that there's a overlay ad that's showing right now on the screen.
Yeah.
Those aren't stripped out, but it's a quick click and it's gone, right? But just having the annoying ads stripped out is such a benefit, especially when you're working and you're taking notes or you're interacting with this video.
This is incredible because I still don't pay for YouTube. And so not having to watch ads like this that's a hack. That's a life hack. I did not know
That's
needed
a big time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you, Evernote hack.
Right?
So another hack, or another cool thing, see the video's playing right now? Mm-hmm. I want you, if you could, put your cursor below it and just return. And then we can actually type notes as the video is playing. So we're interacting with our note, the video is playing, and we're being way more productive where we watch it, stop, and type. So we can actually type while the video is playing.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I did do a test. I actually had it playing in the note and I jumped out of Evernote and I went somewhere else and I was doing something on my computer and it still played in the background, which was kind of neat. So it does the play. Yeah.
Wow. That's neat. So you could really just be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And here's a question I get a lot, Brittany. Some of my clients will say, hey, Dave, I want to organize my note a little bit better. Is there a way I can take a YouTube video and put it into a table cell? And
I love tables.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. And I use that a lot too.
Okay,
you want to try it? You want to play with it?
Yes, show me. I love a table. Let's do it.
Absolutely. All right, let's go up to your insert menu. There you go.
Like table. Okay.
Table. And why don't we just give it a quick header? Let's just put like video or videos.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. And right next door, let's put notes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, we did copy that before, so we still have it on our clipboard. Why don't you go to the open cell, right click, or just paste. And then go ahead and hit return or enter on your keyboard. and watch what happens. Bam. So right within the cell, you could place that video and you can play it in there. And of course, you can interact with your note by typing in notes in the note cell while that's playing. Look at that.
Wow. This is really clean looking. So you could
Yeah.
really build a whole table of videos.
Absolutely. And I've done that. And just think about it. When you're in this environment we're looking at right now, it is kind of cluttered up in YouTube. And what you're
This is
doing
really
is
overwhelming.
you're bringing that into your own workspace. So it's kind of like your personalized workspace, and it's your environment. It's not YouTube's environment. And you're not jumping back and forth to take notes and watching and taking notes. You're doing that all live right within your note. Look at that. Look how quick you did that.
Oh man, this is nice. And now I can kind of,
Yeah, now I can make it look pretty. Yeah.
the aesthetic is good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is cool. Now, so does the resize feature work inside the table cell too?
Yeah, so there is some limitation, but go ahead and choose large view.
Oh, so it
And
doesn't.
see what happens. Yeah, so you actually have to stretch that cell or the column, and then it adapted.
Oh.
Yeah, so it still does, but you just have to do a little extra work.
The cell has to account for it. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
That's
But look at that.
really nice looking.
Yeah.
And I'm just playing my video,
Yeah.
not having to watch ads. Oh, look, two of them can play at the same time if you really want chaos.
If you really want chaos, you can do it. Yes. Yes.
You know what, though? That is kind of cool because then you could, like be watching one video and bounce to the next one without ever even leaving this page.
Yeah, you absolutely can. One thing I do want to point out, though, is because we're almost like streaming this video to our note, if you're planning to work offline, please know that when you're offline, you break your internet connection. So that means that your video connection, so your link back to YouTube, is broken as well. So please know that if you're working offline, the videos will not work.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, because they're like, it's a link.
Yeah, it's a link. Yeah, it's a link. So just please be aware of that as you're playing around with that.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay. So, what other tips?
Well,
I think you were telling me something about transcriptions.
Yeah. Well, let me point this out. We'll get into transcriptions. People ask me, hey, Dave, I know I can do it in my desktop and we're using your desktop client. Well, you can actually do this in the Evernote mobile and Evernote web as well, right? So it's the same process. You copy the URL, right? You would go into the note on either your mobile device or in your web browser, you paste, and it will convert it automatically using the smart editor. Automatically, it'll create it into a YouTube video. So yes, it is compatible with the other clients as well. One thing I do want to point out, if you're using mobile, when you hit play, just because of the screen size, it automatically goes full screen and it actually overlays over the note. Just because, imagine if you had this tiny little video, it'd be tough to watch.
I don't know how helpful that would be. Yeah.
So it does go full screen automatically when you play it in mobile. So just keep that in mind.
Okay, this is incredible. Not only can you put multiple videos, multiple previews, it strips the ads out for you, and you can type your notes while simultaneously watching the video without having to kind of, like do that bounce back and forth. You're like, okay, I'm typing a note here and now let me go back over here. And then that's great. Like this is such like a, for someone like me who has ADHD also, this is a really nice way to strip out a lot of, these distractions and remove a lot of that friction to make this note taking really easy.
Absolutely. No, I totally love that as well. Let's just streamline this. Just think about, one of the really cool qualities of Evernote is you can have a single note and bring all these different objects of content in, right? You can bring in images. You can bring in an audio file that you record in. You can bring in all sorts of things. Well, now you can actually bring video in from YouTube. I mean, that just raises the bar for that, especially for me. So when I'm putting together maybe a research document, or I'm looking for reference material, I can have all that consolidated and condensed in one note. Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking of which, then, would you mind showing me how to do that? Because I have a houseplant club meeting, and I'd like to be able to kind of present some of this research.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's take a look at that note. Very nice. Yeah. So, how would you bring this into a typical workflow, right? So looks like you're doing how to care for houseplants. You got a meeting coming up, right? And it looks like you're responsible for doing some research and you need to bring this to the meeting. Okay. Yes. So this is an excellent way that you would set up that workflow. At the top, you have your tasks, things you must complete for your research, right?
Yeah.
So that's all set up with due dates. Right below that, there's a section down there for your project resources, right? And YouTube videos. So how about, let's go do it again. Let's see if we can bring in a video, right? We'll put it there and we'll add it to our section. You have it. Hit return. Excellent. Nice. If you wanted to, you could probably add another one.
Okay.
Since you have some good videos there. There you go.
So here's all 3 of my videos. There.
Yeah, absolutely. So now in this note, not only do you have your tasks, you have your videos now. And if you were to scroll down, look, screenshots. A lot of times when you're watching the video, they'll put text on the screen. Maybe it's tips of how to water or something. And they'll actually put it on there. Personally, when I work in videos, I like to screenshot some of that stuff. So I will screenshot an area of it and I'll paste that right into my note as well. So I have that specific screen or that text that's in that video available for me.
I was going to say, I think there was one right here, like that.
Like some tips, yeah.
Yeah, so we could kind of make that a little bigger. Oh, no, I lost it. Okay, there we go. All right. So then, yeah, I could just like essentially screenshot that.
Yeah, do your screenshot.
All right.
And come down to that section, paste it in. Or drag it in, wherever it is. There you go. Not enough light. Droopy leaves.
And this is cool because now that it's in Evernote, you can also annotate it.
You can annotate it, or eventually you could search into it, right? You could do a search and find that right within the image. Look at that.
That's great.
Yes. Now you're thinking.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to make that small again, just for aesthetics.
And
okay, so we've got our screenshots, our videos, our tasks.
Yeah, so it looks like you already added some PDF files in there.
This is cool. Yeah. And so the PDF files this is also a rich link where if you click on it, you have options. And this is cool. You have it in a table, but I can still view this entire PDF from inside the table. Like it's not taking over my screen.
Yeah, I like how quick you can switch back and forth between, just the attachment and then actually go into the file itself and have it available. So if you wanted to work on a description, like in the next column, you can open it up quick, go through it, and then write your description and then collapse it.
And what's really cool is even when it is collapsed, it's still searchable.
It's still searchable, yes.
Very cool.
Some really cool additions here, especially with the rich format that we have here.
I love this. The layout of this is really cool.
Yeah.
How there's just everything there.
It's a nice, clean feel. Yeah, look at you flow right through that. That's what you want. You want to condense, consolidate, but yet have it organized within the note. And down at the bottom, you have an area for research notes. Let's say this. Maybe you're interested in, wouldn't it be cool to have like the transcript of one of the videos?
Yes.
So let's say there's some text in there or what they said you really like, but you don't want to listen to everything and try to type everything. Here's a hack for you.
Okay.
If you go back to your web browser and go back to a video in YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. And I want you to look on your page and you see where it says like dislike, share, download, thanks, clip, save. And then there's 3 dots.
Okay.
Go ahead and click those 3 dots. Look at where it says show transcript.
Okay. I honestly don't think I knew this was there.
Yeah. So on the right-hand side, you'll see the transcript and it's time-stamped, and you can actually copy and paste from within there back into your notes. And if you didn't like the timestamps at the top, you have an option in there to go ahead and turn off the timestamps as well. And there's 3 dots there. Yeah. And then there you go.
Wow.
So maybe you wanted something specifically on watering. So it looks like she's watering right now. You could find that area of the transcript, highlight the text, copy it, and then bring it back into your note and you could paste it. There you go. Right there.
This is good.
Yeah, I definitely use this.
Copy that.
Yeah.
And then I can head over to my notes.
Boom.
Wow.
So that's a cool hack that you can do. So not only you get in the video, you can bring the transcript in just to save you time from typing and retyping. You've got it right there.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so now I'm all ready for my meeting. Like,
Yes.
This is it.
This is it. But hey, wouldn't it be cool if you could take this note and then attach it to your meeting event that's on your calendar, so you have it available for you when you go into that meeting?
Tell me more.
So yeah, so what you want to do is let's go to your home.
Okay.
And you'll notice, I think yours, yeah, right in the middle and the top, you have your calendar widget.
Okay.
And I'm not sure when you have your meeting scheduled, but if you find that event,
It's on Monday.
there it is.
Okay.
Yes. And go ahead and click on that. And then on the left-hand side where it says link a note, go ahead and click that. And then we can find our note.
Oh, I don't think I titled it actually.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, it is. It's project
yeah.
research, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. You got it.
Okay.
Excellent. Now,
So
we can
now
find
on
that.
Monday,
There it is.
and I just click that.
Well, that's if you want to open up the note. Yeah.
Wow.
Click that and look. Your note's right there. You're going into the meeting. You have it available. If you want, you could actually share this note too out with whoever's attending. So all the attendees. So you could share the note. Absolutely. And you could share it by a shareable link, like a web link. You would invite them to the note by typing in an email address as well.
Okay.
Or you could email a copy of this note to them so they have it right in the body of an email, which is really cool.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
One thing, email a copy is really good too, because it just emails this as if it were the body of an email. It doesn't email a note. So this is also a really great way to share this information with someone that might not have Evernote.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Sharing the link would be another way you could do that as well. You should know though, when you share, you're coming out of the smart editor environment. So when you share, those videos will return back to links, and they will have the links that they will open up in their web browser. So just so you know, they're outside of the environment. So it's just click on the link, but it's still very convenient. It creates the link for you automatically. They get it, they click on it, and bam, they open it up in their browser.
I love this. I love this so much. Also, I just cannot stress enough how powerful it is that you can put so many different files so easily into a single note. Like, you just can't put a PDF into something like a Google Doc, you know, like this really kind of compiles it all in such a perfect way to kind of capture everything you need to know about this one topic in this one note, with all these videos, the tasks, the screenshots, the PDFs. Let's still see what our note size is.
Take a look at that. Look at that.
Nothing.
Now, that's still pretty small. Now we attach some PDFs
Yeah.
and stuff, so it grew a little bit, but that's still a small
It's
note
huge.
size.
Yeah,
look
that's
how much
this
we
is
put in.
very cool.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Now you know, Brittany, why I think this is such a cool feature, being able to convert YouTube videos and save them into Evernote. It's such a helpful and more advanced way to go ahead and get your resources in, but yet a simple way to do it.
I get it. I get it now. Okay, I think I'm going to just be doing so much more in YouTube now, or outside of YouTube in Evernote.
Absolutely. You'll be joining me and tons of other people that discover this. It's such a cool feature.
This is incredible. And now I can continue not paying for YouTube. This is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing your infinite capture wisdom with us.
Well, my pleasure. I'm glad you had fun with it, and I'm glad you learned something as well.
Oh my, so many things. Like, you really are an expert. So this is cool. Thank you so much for spending so much time with us today and helping, give us some fresh ideas on how to capture research information into Evernote.
Absolutely. Let's do it again soon.
Please. Yes.
All right.
And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this. Thank you.